The Bugaboo Rogers is a 120-kilometer route up and over tons of mountains, eventually ending in Rogers Pass, and usually takes around 8 to 10 days.
Why did I want to do this?
So what you just saw was the trailer for the latest documentary I worked on for the clothing company Patagonia. The film is called Mind Over Mountain, and it documents the ski traverse between these two amazing mountain ranges in Western Canada. I'll leave a link to the film down in the description below if you want to watch the full thing, but in this video we're going to be taking a look behind the scenes as to what goes into the logistics of filming like this and what goes into the logistics of filming in this hostile of an environment.
Probably can't hear me, but it's completely white out. It's blowing really hard. It's really freaking cold. Where'd it start?
One of the funny things I find about films like this where there's an adventure or some sort of expedition that happens is the fact that not only did someone have to go alongside the athletes that are actually being portrayed in the movie, but they had to go alongside them with carrying a bunch of camera gear and filming them along the way, which makes it arguably more difficult for the filmer than the actual athlete. Things you won't see in the movie themselves are things like how many batteries we had to carry because there's nowhere to charge batteries, so you need to carry 8 days worth, and things like battling the cold, which kills your battery life and pretty much cuts it in half when it's negative 25 degrees Celsius outside. So things like that are important to keep in mind and kind of a funny insight into like what actually goes into it behind the scenes. There are certain tricks you can use when you're out in the field to help with this. For example, on this traverse, we actually slept with all of our batteries inside of our sleeping bag to help the body heat of us sleeping in the sleeping bag keep the batteries warm at night. But if you want to hear more tips and tricks about how to deal with camera gear and such in winter and cold, click the link above or down below. I'll put a link to it where I do a video talking about a few different tips and tricks you can do when shooting in snow environments. For the most part for this project, I was shooting all of the drone footage, and there was a few challenges that came with that when shooting in this type of environment with a drone. As you'll see if you watch the movie, we got some pretty gnarly weather about 2 hours into the traverse, with winds gusting up to 50 kilometers an hour and temperatures dropping down to negative 25 degrees Celsius, which is not optimal conditions for trying to fly a drone. Because of this, I was barely able to fly the drone at all for the first 2 days. I was flying the small portable Mavic 2, which is really important because you want to keep the weight and size down when you're carrying a big backpack, but also does not do as well when it's super windy outside. But finally, after a couple days, the sun broke through and I was able to get a few awesome shots.
The sun decided to come out, which is awesome. Still really windy though, which is not so awesome, but it is what it is. Just got some amazing drone footage of that scenery. I mean, come on.
One of the toughest parts about this project, beyond all the filming, was actually just doing the traverse itself. Beyond the filming duties I had, I was pushed greatly mentally and physically just to operate in this kind of environment and do the kind of distances and elevation climbs that we were having every single day. Rationing food, boiling snow for water, setting up and tearing down camp every night and morning are all things you had to think about on top of just filming the actual movie itself. And all of that while being super exhausted from walking all day and getting pretty minimal and very cold sleep at night. Spending that many days out in the wind and cold and mountains like that can definitely take a toll on your body, and I'm definitely very glad that nobody on the crew or in the production came away with any injuries, because it definitely could have happened.
But yeah, just kind of settling into this routine of walking a really long way with a really heavy pack every day. Get some drone footage, pairing with the wind and the sun and the snow, but it's been good. A lot of just mindset shift needed to survive in this type of environment, but definitely something I'll look back on and have some good memories of.
I think my biggest takeaway in this project was, well, yes, sometimes it sucked when it was freezing cold or when there was a no fall zone where you would literally fall to your death if you made one small mistake. When you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, whether that's extreme weather or anything else, you're pretty much bound to learn and grow from it. And while I might not be the first in line to do that length of ski traverse again, I can definitely say that I'm glad I did it and happy with the experience I had overall. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, definitely click the subscribe button down below if you want to see more filmmaking videos. If you enjoyed this behind the scenes, also click the like button. It helps push it out to a bunch more people who might be curious about seeing the behind the scenes of this movie. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Just wanted to share this Snickers bar. The sun is gone, sadly, so gotta find joy in other ways, you know? Icy cold. Just how I like it.